this is the first album I ever heard of these guys, and it to this day is still my favorite. I heard of this band. I probably shouldn't say it, in case my grandkids ever watch my videos. But there was this hippie couple that I used to buy weed from. They knew I liked jazz, and they knew I liked funk and James Brown and that. And they go, "Have you heard of this band?" I go, "No." And they played this album, and I go, "Fucking hey!" I picked it up that same week, you know. Fantastic, man. Skin tight. Skin tight. But yeah, man, that's some shit right there, dude. High All the Time, Volume 1. This also is limited to 500. This is cool. This picture here of this couple, and it says, "Help us get high." It kind of reminds me, one time I was in Hollywood. I think I got off the Hollywood freeway on Highland. Just got off of the freeway. There was a guy there holding a sign, "I will work for beer." And I thought, man, that's pretty original. So I went around the block, and I pulled around. I pulled over, and I go, "Hey," I go, "it's not cold, but you want a case of beer?" Because I work at a brewery, and I happened to have 3 cases of beer in the trunk. And he goes, "Yeah, sure." So I popped open the trunk, gave him a case of beer. But I thought that was funny. I will work for beer. Anyways, back to the record. High All the Time. This is way more psych than garage. It does have some garage on it. A Culture fan. He made a comment where he was feeling kind of bad because he hit a deer. And I can understand that. If I hit a deer, I'd feel bad, you know. Yeah, I've actually hit 2 people with my car intentionally. And I don't feel bad about it at all. One was a skinhead and one was a biker. Chris, who lived 2 doors down from my house. He was a goth guy. We got along. He was a great guy. Anyways, his parents were out of town. He was having a party. And he asked me, "Hey, can you give this girl a ride home?" Da 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 da. I don't know if she was a high school. She was really pretty young. I go, "Yeah, sure, I'll give her a ride home, you know, whatever." So Chris is in the front with me, and she's in the back. I lived in Downey, she lived in Norwalk. Pull up to her house, she gets out, and then she shuts the door, and she runs up to the passenger side, "Lock the doors, lock the doors." And next thing I know, there's 3 skinhead guys running up to the car, and 2 of them are trying to get Chris's door open, but it's locked. And one guy, he starts kicking the back of my car and goes, I'm going, "Son of a bitch," you know? So I had to back up because I pulled up behind a car. So I backed up and I was going to take off. And one of the guys that was trying to open up the passenger door, he started running around to my side. And I go, "Chris, check this out." I put it in drive and I floored it. Bam! I hit that skinhead. He went flying. He flew over the car. And I got maybe 2 houses down. There's a cop behind me. I go, "Oh, fuck. I'm going to jail, you know? I had a few beers. I just assaulted somebody with my car." So I pull over. And then he doesn't pull behind me. He pulls up next to me. Rolls the window down and he goes, "What's your beef with the skinheads?" And I go, "I don't know. I've never seen them in my life." And he goes, "Okay, take off." And then they made a U-turn and went after the skinheads. Apparently, they were waiting in the bushes until she got home, and they were, you know, going to kick Chris's ass, I guess. And I guess a neighbor saw him and called the cops, and the cops were watching him. So it was a Saturday night. That Monday, Chris comes over and goes, "Hey, dude, the Norwalk Skins are looking for you." And I go, "Really?" I go, "Call them up and give them my address. Tell them to come on down." You know? The Norwalk Skins. The second time I hit a guy, I was leaving Palm Springs. Now, if anybody knows, when you leave in Palm Springs, it's like a 2-lane going this way, 2-lane coming in. And at this one stretch, I wasn't far out of the city of Palm Springs. There's this 40 yards gap in between, you know, the directions. And I'm driving, and I'm in the fast lane, and this guy pulls up to the left of me in the fast lane, a biker dude. And he pulls out a gun. I go, "What the fuck?" I guess I must have cut him off or something. I don't know. I don't remember. I didn't see him or whatever. But the guy pulls out a gun, and I go, "What the fuck did he?" He holds it up again, and I'm going, "You fucking dumbass! I'm in a car, and I went like this, hit him. He went off to the side of the road, and as I'm driving, you can see this cloud of dust. But then I realized, oh fuck, these guys don't travel alone, you know. So I was going 100, man, just to get the fuck out of there. Never heard nothing else, but yeah. Culture fan, you hit a deer, I hit 2 people. Misfits. Live at Al's Bar, 1982. This gig, I was at this gig at Al's Bar. Al's Bar was a small little place. And I don't think it was announced that they were going to play there. There wasn't that many people there. I was right in the front. There was a little gap, 6 feet gap. And then there was like Henry Rollins, I think Earl, whatever that guy, and some other guys like right there. Maybe they were a little at the side. And then the stage at Al's Bar was maybe like 2 to 3 feet. And these dudes, man, they're just like pretty buff dudes, you know. But I remember the thing that's funny about that, and a lot of the crowd was heckling the band. They were turned up way too loud for the small venue. It was all distorted. It was like sometimes when you hear these people playing their car stereos, they're driving by and they have it so loud, it's all distorted. That's how it sounded. But the one thing I remember about this gig is Henry Rollins was like mad dogging me, you know. I thought I was going to get in a fight with the guy, you know. And I tell people this story now, and they go, oh man, he would have kicked your ass. And I go, nah, not really. People forget this. See, this is the Henry Rollins back then, the little skinny guy. That's the one that was mad dogging me, not the big old buff dude now. And it was like, what? Finally he kind of stopped, but it was kind of weird. It's Henry and Glenn forever. And that's supposed to be Henry Rollins and Glenn Danzig. And Glenn Danzig saying, do you really think it could last forever? So what's this book about? Henry and Glenn are very good friends. They are also roommates. Daryl and John, Hall & Oates it's supposed to be, live next door. They are Satanists. It's really, it's hilarious. And on the back here, it has a quote from Henry Rollins. Has Glenn seen this? Trust me, he would not be amused. But I'll show a couple of pictures in here. Oh, here's a good one. Here's Glenn Danzig. I said I'm sorry. Are you coming to bed? And here's Henry on the couch. I've got a 6-pack and I don't need you. Oh, here's another. I'll show one more in this book. Is that what you're wearing? We're going to dinner with my mother. You could at least put on some shoes. And here's Henry. But I don't have any. But yeah, really cool little book. It was the Henry and Glenn Adult Activity and Coloring Book. Fantastic, dude. And it's more the same. Oh yeah, look at this picture of Henry and Glenn. Probably on the beach, walking hand in hand. Here's another one. But yeah, Hall & Oates are like Satanists. Oh no, this is a funny one here. Here's the one with, oh yeah, here's one with Hall & Oates, and it says connect the dots. The coloring books and activity books, you have those connect the dots, and there's these dots around, and if you connect them, it makes a pentagram with this picture of Hall & Oates with pentagram eyes. But yeah, fantastic. This was great. I didn't even know that shit existed. And I remember seeing this album when it came out, and I remember thinking, that's ridiculous, you know. They're trying to go for that new romantic, new wave look. And now that I think about it, I mean, the whole Village People thing is ridiculous. So to dismiss this for being ridiculous is ridiculous. My most memorable Christmas, I mean, I got some childhood ones, but the most memorable one to me, you know, it kind of involves bondage, exhibitionism, and a large knife. The scariest cover, Negative Approach. This was VCLT from Randall Weaver. The best VCLT ever in the history of the VC. On Richard. With Whack-A-Yoko. With Whack-A-Yoko.
We're here at Amoeba, Record Store Day, Black Friday. About an hour before the store opens.
Then of course 20 hours with I've got some socks.
Not enough records is here.
It seems to me that there's a conspiracy to prevent the VC Fantasy League to be a success. At least that's what I hope it is. There's either a conspiracy or the VC's made up of a bunch of pipsqueaks that are jumping onto some kind of love train. You know, it seems like it's a matter of liberty versus tyranny. You know, I'm real and I don't care. Yeah, join the Freedom Fighting Fantasy Football League. Stand up for freedom against the forces of evil and censorship, or be a pipsqueak.